Are we in a recession right now, 2022? So I'm going to break it down in this video. And by definition, technical definition, yes, we are. I'm going to break that down. What does it mean to the world? What does it mean to you, which is more important? So three things I want to talk about specifically is what is this mathematical definition and why is it taking so long for the media narrative to catch up? What's the difference between recession and inflation? I'll add a little extra on the interest rates and how that's playing into it. And then number three, what do you do about it? What signs you're going to start looking for? Because we're here. And by the way, we've been in at least 3, 4, 5 over the last decade. There are many recessions. So by definition, if you continue to have a reduction quarter after quarter, it's actually 2 quarters, that is the mathematical definition of a recession. So yes, we are in one. January, February, March, right? That's for Q1, April, May, June, Q2. We're here July 2022 shooting this video. We're formally in a recession. Why the media narrative has it like, I don't know, we're not there. To me, it's a political narrative. I mean, I got to put it out for that. And I don't think we're going to see a lot of change in that until at least these primaries are over as we come into November, December. I actually might not see any until the next presidential election. This is going to be a long one from all the economists that I'm talking to. So let's talk about inflation and recession. First, let's define them. Again, a recession is the decline over a couple quarters, right? That's what that is. Inflation is actually the increasing of prices, which has been going on for quite a while. And the big box stores are like doing this great cover up of just making smaller packages, trying to make it feel like it's the same price, but it's not. Inflation is a continuous growth of pricing. You can actually be inflation proof. In fact, I'm going to give you a link below to beat inflation. How you spend money in these periods and these times is one of your biggest strategies. So yes, you got to keep making money. I will always be a champion of make more money to have the life you want. Never live, within your means and make them smaller. I don't ever have that kind of narrative. That's not my conversation. Mine is if you want a bigger life and you want more, then go make more money. When it comes to inflation though, like how you get to really put some cap on it is how you spend. And again, I'm not saying don't go out and buy things. Now, should you buy big luxury items? Probably not at inflationary prices. Vehicles are at inflationary prices. Airplanes right now, inflationary prices, you name it, it's up. So why are you buying it now at some of the highest prices? So what's happened is you have a collapse of inflation and the recession going on at the same time. They're not the same thing. And the increase of interest rates is not the same thing, right? So you used to be able to, get a 0, 1, 2% mortgage. I mean, those of you in 2020 that took advantage of the pandemic when they dropped interest rates to darn near nothing, you're winning big right now because right now mortgage rates are as high as 5, 6, and 7. And I don't know when that's going to stop. I'm not the economist in this. I'm just reporting the news from the economists that feed me information. So you have 3 very different variables that are in like the perfect storm, and you've got to keep them compartmentalized. They're very different on how you handle them. So let's go back to inflation, right? And the link below, how to beat inflation. How you spend is critical. Why do you support the big box stores that got to stay open all during the pandemic when small, medium-sized businesses we're almost forced to shut down? So I got a big issue with that, which is why I also love to just lock my price on spending. And there's easy ways to do it right now. The recession is actually an interesting business time. It's extremely volatile. Some of the biggest companies were formed and wealth was created in recessionary times. If you look at just this piece, right? Some of the best companies were formed in down economies because you're looking around, you're solving problems, you're more creative if you're on the right conversation. So again, right now I'm going to stop and say, be in this conversation, subscribe to my channel. Click the notification button. I need you here 5 days a week. I'm talking about business. We're talking about finance. We're just talking about your life in this economic time and very political time also, which has a whole nother dynamic to it. But as you subscribe, share it with the people that you're in conversation with, right? Because you are some of those 5 people. And if you're all in the wrong conversation, I'll very interestingly be led down the wrong path. And a lot that I talk about on my channel, you can use my search bar. We have playlists on different topics from credit cards to, what do you do with real estate? What do you do with LLCs? What do you do with money rules? Like, what's your education? We're your educational channel, but it's got to be congruent. So share the channel, be here every day, watch my channel when it comes live every morning, and then be in the conversation about what are you learning? What should we do about it? We're watching this recession. Where are the opportunities? See, that's the energy that I get up with. In this recession, where are the opportunities? How do you navigate being in this when everybody stops? Because most people will stop and go, oh my gosh, What do I do? Well, again, back to the inflation by itself. Watch your spending on how you spend so you're not like doing ridiculous inflationary buys, and make money and go find great opportunities. The market is a disaster. Crypto markets are crazy. It's volatile out there, but I can tell you the real estate market is as volatile, and there will be still opportunities through this recession. Whether interest rates or not go up or down, you're going to have to, the cost of money is expensive. And the benefit, if you're a hard money lender, it's even better because you can actually charge more. So we have these three variables going on, and I want to do this video to kind of unpack the differences between them and then really your opportunities between them. So again, make sure you subscribe to the channel, watch the videos, share the content with those around you, be in the right conversation. The narrative in the media is not accurate. It's interesting, and it's become more of a, humor show right now. And I would put that across all channels. So this is be right, be educated, be smart. I'm being fed and informed by great world-leading economists about this information. So before I end the video, I just want to really encourage you, get around a team. I have a huge team at AskLoral.com. It's a membership. We meet twice a month, 24/7. You can text me, and let's be in conversations about the opportunities going on. So what areas are you looking at? And share them. What areas in real estate? What areas in the stock market? If you're a great trader, there's some people who are, some people aren't. There's going to be service-based businesses that are going to need a lot of help. If you want to be a shark, they're going to need money, just like the pandemic, right? When they got really volatile, the best time to invest and find opportunities, like I'm part of a car dealership, July 2020. Why? Right? Part of the pandemic. Like there were variables before it, but it also caused that. So you don't think that's going to continue? The auto industry is just under such volatile duress right now. I shouldn't say fun to watch. It's interesting to watch, but there's huge opportunities. So where are you seeing opportunities? Instead of being in the down conversation, be in the up conversation, say, how can I be a part of it? How can I take advantage of it? Not like take advantage of people, but this opportunity of the recession. There's always things around you. So stay educated, stay here on the channel. We'll be back with more on the recession, inflation, and interest rates.